All right, guys. So we got a bunch of big earnings that are dropping like right now. So let's talk about it. We are awake. I need to hit some coffee real quick, so just bear with me, team. A lot of stuff's already out with their earnings. FRC still down a lot. Here's the SPY. Here's Tesla. We got like Pepsi dropped their earnings already. We've got UPS already out with theirs, gapping down to 185s. All right, guys. So uh yeah, I need to drink some coffee. I'm gonna get some music playing. Hold on. All right, so let's start reporting some of the earnings that have already dropped today. All right, guys. So what's up, Beach? Yeah, so I'm gonna start reporting some of these earnings that have already dropped today. We're gonna put them up in chat. It's probably the easiest way to put them up. All right, so Pepsi raises guidance. EPS 150 versus 139 estimates. Revenue of 17.85 versus 17.2 estimates. There's the numbers up in chat right there. You can kind of see them right here. That's Pepsi. Uh, Dow posted theirs. UPS. You can see UPS's numbers right there. All of these numbers are in chat if you want to check them out. And then that's kind of the last one. So UPS, Pepsi, Spotify came out with first quarter 2023 revenue of 3 billion versus 3.1 billion expected. First quarter monthly active users are up 22% to 515 million for Spotify. And there's Spotify right there. It's starting to move up a little bit on that news. But yeah, a lot of it just dropping. First quarter monthly active user up 22% to 515 million. We'll put this up on screen too. A lot of this is dropping early today. All right, guys. So yeah, let me know which one you're looking for with regards to earnings today. Let me drink some coffee. All right. All right, we play the music. Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft earnings this evening. We're gonna stream Microsoft earnings. You can see Spotify gap it up a little bit from their earnings report. They're at 136. Pepsi gap it up a little bit as well. We can put the other one up. What's the other one dropping this morning? We got some more earnings coming out today. A lot of them are already out. And so if we look at this big busy earnings week so far, we got UPS, Spotify, UPS, PepsiCo, and that's about it so far. We still have Verizon dropping at 7:30, GM dropping at 6:30 in about 10 minutes, McDonald's dropping at 7 in about 40 minutes. So those are the big ones that are still yet to come out today. Big relevant releases here, to be honest. Yeah, and I kind of just need to wake up a little bit. We just got a lot of stuff to do today. All right, it's the Donald Duck song. What's up? What's up, Pawn? All right, guys. So yeah, busy day. Let's do a poll here. I think the good poll, since we got so much stuff dropping today, the poll we got to do is, what's your favorite stock? What's your favorite? What earnings report are you looking at the most today? What earnings report are you the most excited for? Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'll tell you what, mine is Microsoft. We got Verizon. We got Spotify, which is already out. We got UPS. There you go. Vote on that poll. Let us know what you guys think. All right, guys. So BLK increases their position in Fox Corporation. They own about 15.1% of Fox. What's up, Sam? Looking at our numbers here. So it looks like a large majority of people are like me. They're waiting for Microsoft earnings this evening. We're going to stream Microsoft earnings, of course. Yeah, so UPS, again, we dropped a couple earnings already. Looking at them, UPS dropped first quarter 2023 EPS of 220 versus 221, so a slight miss in terms of EPS. Revenue of 22.9 billion, they expected 23 billion, so a slight miss in terms of revenue expectations as well. Fiscal year revenue and adjusted operating margin at the low end of its previously guided range. Pepsi dropped first quarter EPS 150 versus 139, revenue of 1785, expected 17.22 billion. They raised guidance as well. So Pepsi gapping up a little bit, Spotify gapping up some as well. You can kind of see Spotify drop some numbers this morning too. We'll find it, but a lot of releases. Which one, Big T? But yeah, Spotify already out with their numbers here. We're going to put those numbers on screen so you guys can check out what's going on. But yeah, Spotify out with their numbers. Spotify first quarter total revenue is $3 billion, up 14% year over year. Monthly active users 515 million, up 22%. If we look at Spotify, it's gapping up sizably here. So yeah, you can check out all their data right here. Yeah, Google reports today as well. We'll cover it. Um, Tesla dipping down under the volume weighted average price. Tesla still hasn't rebounded yet. We're down a little bit on the day. We're still holding 10 shares of FRC, but we're only down $10 total on the trade as a whole. All right, guys. So, yeah, I'm looking at other earnings here. So, we do have other earnings that just dropped today at 6:30. GM just dropped their numbers here. Let's see what they showed up as. All right, so GE posted 85-cent EPS versus 63-cent expected for GE. You can see GE right here. So GE posted 85-cent EPS versus 63 expected. Revenue of 4.7 billion. 4.7 billion here. Here's the number right there. We'll put GE number up in chat so you guys can check it out, see what showed up. UPS is very slow, at least in Italy. 20 years at UPS. Hey, good luck, man. Okay, so yeah, GE just dropped their numbers. GE first quarter at EPS 85 versus 63. We'll put the full numbers up in chat. Shows a reaffirmed guidance. We also had a couple other ones drop. GM 221. GM absolutely killed it with regards to earnings here. GM posted first quarter EPS of 221. We're going to put these numbers up on screen now. Again, 221 versus 172 expected. Revenue of 39.99 billion. They expected 39.24 billion. Cuts fiscal year net view 8.4 to 9.9 billion from 8.7 and 10.1 billion. Expected 8.7. So they're ripping up a little bit, but not a ton. And they had good EPS, like way better than expected numbers, but their guidance cuts affected their bottom line here, I think, for earnings. And so they started to push up, and now they're starting to pull back a little bit. We'll see if they continue up. They're at 35.50s right now. GE at 101.50s. You can see all the numbers up in chat. Trading time, tell me, sir. Time. What are you talking about, bro? It is right now. It is 6:34 market time. 6:34. Market opens up at 9:30. So you got about 3 hours, bro. All right, guys. God, it's down. GM numbers make Tesla look worse short term. In what way? I mean, GM did better than expected EPS, better than expected in revenue. Cut fiscal year revenue view though, so their guidance was cut. But I don't think it has much to do with Tesla at all. Tesla is a different company. All right, Spotify up to 141, breaking highs. All right, guys. GM has already had really good EV line. Yeah, maybe, but they're an automaker, correct? Sure. I mean, there's some sympathy in that regard there, of course. Like, there's gonna be some sympathy there, but what I mean is like it might affect Tesla a little bit, but it's not like number one. GM is kind of neutral from this report. It's actually up a little bit from this report, so it's not like it's gonna tank Tesla. GM being up, it shouldn't have that much of an effect. It's just not super influential over Tesla. If anything, it might make Tesla go up a little bit, but it's still kind of, we'll see. All right, guys. All right, guys. So again, GE, Spotify, GM, McDonald's drops their numbers in, I believe, 20 minutes or so. Let me make sure I get this right. So, yeah, McDonald's dropped theirs in about 20 minutes. We've already had Spotify, GE, McDonald's, or GM, Verizon, UPS. So, a lot of these are already out with regards to earnings. We also have airlines. We have like JetBlue dropping theirs in about 20 minutes. And essentially, that's all we got right now. I'm slowly waking up a little bit today. I didn't get enough sleep, so bear with me, guys, today. But the show must go on. We got a lot of stuff we're covering. First Republic down 20% will affect the market. I don't know. If it did, it's already done it. You know what I mean? If it's going to affect the market, it's already done it. I think Microsoft will miss on earnings and forward guidance will not be good. I'm sitting on my hands until it happens and react to it. Yeah, that might be something I do. Was just curious your thoughts. I'm assuming the guide down is due to weaker demand. Yeah, for sure. That's probably pretty likely. You know, that's most likely what it is. I mean, and if we look at I think it'll affect automotives. It might mean stuff, but like if we look at this, they absolutely killed it with regards to their margins. You know, like EPS is profitability for GM, right? So when you hear EPS, think profitability, right? And so what we see today is we see that they had improved profitability relative to what they expected here for GM. Again, GM posted 221 EPS, so $2.21 EPS in profit versus 172 expected. 172 expected revenue of 39.9 billion. They expected 39.24 billion. They cut their guidance. But it wasn't a terrible cut. You know, they cut it by 0.3 billion. You know, so about 300 million. Now, and that sounds big when you put it in that perspective, but it's not like huge or anything. They also raised their fiscal year EPS view. So it's like they cut their net view. So they cut their fiscal year net revenue view. So like basically their profit. But they raised their fiscal year EPS view just to give you the full perspective on it. And so it's not like GM is terrible news. It might influence Tesla on the positive side if it does. And again, I'm going to put the updated version right here. So again, they raised their fiscal year EPS view. So basically, they think they're going to become even more profitable. Do you think my poll is data gathering time? What do you think I'm doing, bro? You think I'm taking everybody's answers and I'm just, you know, I'm just saving them so I could secretly use your opinion on GM stock against you one day? Come on now, dude. Let's be real here for a second. I'll put the polls out so you can engage with the channel, sir. You don't have to, though. It's all good, man. But, you know. Got him. You know, poll that. Wow, you got me, man. What a comeback. People are weird, bro. People are so weird on the internet, man. They really are. Cheers to you, sir. You know, scared of polls. It's all right. I get it. Honestly, I kind of get it. But, you know, you're preaching to the choir over here with me. Yeah, I know. It's all good, dude. What time is for the earnings release? Do we have a clear schedule for it? Most of them are already out. Microsoft drops their numbers at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we're going to do the earnings call after that. So it varies. Yeah, 3M is out. We'll put those numbers up on screen. Yeah, so 3M dropped their numbers. They posted adjusted EPS of 197 versus 158 expected revenue of 8 billion, expected 7.5 billion affirmed. Fiscal year guidance expectations will lower headcount by 6,000, so they're going to lay some people off. There's the 3M numbers in the chat right below you guys. All right, guys. UPS, one of the biggest L's this morning in terms of earnings. UPS with a big drop from 195 all the way to 185. The reason it's dropping is because UPS put in 220 versus 221. They missed on everything, but it was a slight miss. So I might buy them up actually here. Put this up on screen. How many people here get anything from the poll? A lot of people are just gauging sentiment, man. That's what the poll's trying to do. You know, nobody cares too much about what any individual person is really looking forward to with regards to earnings, man. It's just about looking at what stocks people are looking forward to the most on average in terms of everybody. So all right, guys. Tesla starting to rebound back up. Amazon already has its own shipping service now. Well, yeah, we're early morning. These are early morning earnings, Big T. So, like, we're super early in the morning, brother. So, like, yeah, that's all that's going on. All right, guys. So UPS at 185.50s here, Spotify at 138.75s, GM at 35.55s, Tesla at 160s right now, 160s. Yeah, Google earnings will be interesting too. We'll cover it for sure. Again, y'all hit that subscribe button. We broke 105,000 subscribers, so thank you guys. We appreciate it. If you want a winning trade to go against you, just brag about your win publicly. Accurate. I might buy up a little bit of UPS right here. I still got to wait 10 minutes before I can, but if it stays down here at 185s, I might buy up a little bit. I'm certainly not telling you to buy anything. I have no idea what's going to happen here. All right, guys. Spotify pulling back down a little bit. GM up there. UPS at 185.50s. Curious to see Google's earnings. Do you think it's true, John, that gaps close 90% of the time like earnings gaps? I don't think it's anywhere near 90%, but I think it's pretty high up there. Again, one of my biggest trading strategies is just waiting for emotional pullbacks after earnings and then buying them up and then just kind of sitting there waiting for them to rebound. It really is one of the most accurate trading strategies that I get involved with on a regular basis. Is that like me doing that seems to work very actively. But of course, everybody's a little bit different, and we don't really know what's going to happen here. But I do this all the time. It works very well for me. UPS still some downside. Yeah, we'll see. FRC getting crushed. Well, FRC is getting crushed yesterday. Not really in pre-market today. It's not really down that much. Like I'm down $11 in this trade, and I'm actually green on the whole total trade. So I actually took profit yesterday, and then we're sitting on 10 shares left. So we're basically flat now. We took most of our trade off yesterday, but it lost most. Like it's not down huge in pre-market. It's down big in extended hours as a whole. So it was down big yesterday. And so luckily we ended up buying the dip and then riding the bounce back and then selling it. And then we stayed with 10 shares, but yeah, it's a very small trade at this point in time. Yeah, all gaps don't fill for sure. I think it depends on extension. I think you can't look for the entire thing to fill either. I think you have to have reasonable expectations for it. I don't think everyone's going to fill. I think you got to just kind of chill and have reasonable expectations for gaps. They're not all going to fill, but a lot of them are going to bounce back. And again, I would buy up UPS right now. It's starting to bounce back right now. I just can't buy it yet. And maybe, I'll have to look at a different platform because TOS is restricting me too much here. But yeah. Man, a lot of stuff going on in politics. I just kind of stay away from all of it. All right, guys. So again, UPS. We will buy the dip up if we can. We're not going to take huge size. I might buy like 20 or 30 shares, maybe. We'll see. Um, all right, guys. So again, waiting for this to change. We got a lot of earnings coming out today. Um, all right, guys. We're waiting to buy up a little bit. We got about a minute here. All right, guys, less than a minute here. Again, FRC had a pretty big drop over the last couple minutes, or over the last day or two here. All right, still got about a second left, and again, we will buy this up. We got about 15 seconds. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and buy up a little bit now. Started off with 25 shares or so, 25 shares, 86.50 is our average. We'll add a little bit more to this if we can. Take maybe, a little risk here. All right, guys. In a little bit, break even. Now, Spotify has a little pullback. GM is up there too. Sorry, I'm building something right now. Let's see if we can mess with this a little bit here. Edit. All right, so we're up a little bit here. You can see we're up about 1250 already. We'll see if this works. All right, you see we're up a little bit. I don't think it's enough for me to take profit yet, but we bought the dip. I want to give it just time to bounce back. Give it a little bit of time, see if we can keep that pop back up. Are you still in the FRC swing? I've already scaled out of most of it. I'm down about $14 right now on the remaining position. So I think I'm probably either green or flat on it. I've already scaled out of the so Weeble, maybe Rock Bro. I've been watching that gap up there because we ran so much, and that gap is sitting right at the 200 EMA on the spot daily. You freeze, John. Sorry, yeah, no, I'm kind of multitasking here. I'm working on some other stuff. So if I'm kind of, I've got ADHD pretty bad too. So, yeah, my apologies. But we're here. It's still early, guys. It's 6:05 in the morning here in Texas, so I might be a little bit slow. But we're here. We're here. I'm also going to zoom this in so it's a little bit more readable here, like that. Oh, but we also have some other earnings that just dropped. I forgot about these. So we have McDonald's dropped 263 versus 233 expectations here. Again, here's McDonald's numbers right here. So we're going to put McDonald's up. They just dropped with theirs. They dropped 263 versus 233 expected here for McDonald's. Biogen dropped theirs as well here. We also had Fisker at 158 versus 157 expected. McDonald's. Verizon posted their numbers as well. So Verizon, I thought I saw Verizon. Let me make sure. McDonald's. Verizon dropped adjusted EPS of 120 versus 119 expected. Revenue of 32.9 billion versus 33.64 billion expected here. We're going to put these numbers up in chat. So again, McDonald's gapping up a little bit on their earnings report here. And again, you can kind of see McDonald's beat EPS by a pretty big margin. Revenue came in at 5.9 versus 5.59 expected, so better than expected there. Global SSS is up 12.6% year over year. They only expected 8.19%. They said, quote, through a healthy balance of strategic menu price increases and positive traffic growth. McDonald's gapping up nicely here. Does McDonald's pay a dividend as well? I'm not really sure. And then we have Verizon here, which again, we just announced they're actually gapping down from this report. You can kind of see on the right side here, McDonald's gapping down all the way from this. So JetBlue earnings. Yeah, JetBlue drops theirs today. So JetBlue should have just came out with theirs as well. We'll see what they showed up as. I don't think JetBlue is out with theirs yet. They should be dropping theirs anytime now, though. All right, so you can see we're in UPS. We're up a little bit. I'm going to give it time to roll a little bit more. Again, we bought the dip. All right, guys. So we're still in UPS. Again, Verizon dipping down. McDonald's at 295.50s, 295.50s. Yeah, I like the McRib, actually. The McRib is good. JetBlue out. Yeah, I'm not seeing theirs yet. I'm late. I'm looking. Unless I missed it. There's a lot of releases that just happened over the last 10 minutes, so. Pepsi out. Yeah, it looks like all the major ones are out. And then we also have some other stuff still coming out today. Like we've got yeah, patience is everything. Good, Raytheon. So yeah, so far this is what I'm seeing so far. If you want to know kind of the mix on it, UPS beat on EPS, missed on sales. Verizon beat EPS, missed on sales. GM beat on EPS, beat on sales. McDonald's beat on EPS, in line with sales. GE, General Electric, beat on EPS, beat on sales. Halliburton, beat on EPS, beat on sales. Spotify, missed on EPS and missed on sales. So Spotify missed on both. Pepsi, beat on EPS, beat on sales. 3M, beat on EPS, beat on sales. Raytheon, beat on EPS, beat on sales. Danaher Corporation, beat on EPS, beat on sales. JetBlue, beat on EPS, came in at 34-cent loss per share. They expected 38 cents. It looks like inline estimates for sales. And that's basically it. So, yeah, almost everything beat on EPS except for Spotify. Spotify was the only one that did not beat with regards to EPS numbers. No, Mullen's a terrible company, bro. A bunch of new traders are getting talked into buying it, but, like, horrible company, man. You know, again, Mullen, it's a standalone automobile industry that nobody's ever heard of, man. Nobody's going to buy a Mullen car. Like, think about it. Like, think about it fundamentally. Nobody's going to buy a Mullen vehicle, okay? Like, nobody's ever heard of it, man. And so the likelihood that that succeeds is very, very, very low. And that's an obvious self-evident thing. The problem with a lot of these up-and-coming EV brands is that nobody's ever heard of them. And so, like, even if they're the coolest and best in the world, they've got a marketing problem. Like, not enough people actually know about these companies to help these companies succeed, especially Mullen. Mullen's been trapping a bunch of new traders for a year plus now. I've heard about it for a year. It's gone from $1.70 all the way down to 9 cents a share in a year. And again, so anybody stuck holding this, I'm not going to say they deserve it, but like they're ignoring facts here. They're ignoring logic. They're ignoring the truth, which is that Mullen is failing long term. And again, people get greedy, they get scared, they refuse to exit, they just kind of continue to justify holding these terrible companies, and they do the stock just kind of keeps going down and down and down and down and down. And then all of a sudden a bunch of like sensationalized marketing comes out and everybody's like, yeah. But it's like these companies are terrible. These are terrible companies, man. Terrible companies. Like, do not invest in Mullen. Terrible company. It's at 9 cents a share. Spotify. Yeah, I don't know. Spotify missed on both metrics. Probably guidance related, I think. Let me see what Spotify's guidance came in as. I know I reported some of them. Okay, yeah. So Spotify first quarter total revenue was $3 billion, which was up 14%. Monthly active users were up 22%. They grew by 22%. Premium subs are up 15%. So that's why Spotify is up despite all this stuff, is that they're up because their numbers improved, even though they missed in terms of expectationals. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, let's look at Spotify right now. Again, like, you got some other channels who are all like, yeah, we're here to protect retail traders. Now go buy these terrible penny stock companies, guys. Go buy them. You know, go buy ABC penny stock. It's terrible. It's gone down 90% over the last year. But we're helping retail. Our job is to save retail. Go buy these terrible speculative penny stocks. I do the opposite. Okay, my job really is to help retail traders. Do not buy these terrible penny stock companies. Do not fall for the hype. They're going to make you feel all warm and welcome, like you've got a community of traders around you holding your stocks, guys. A community, now all warm and bubbly. Do not buy these companies. They are absolutely terrible companies. Buy Apple, buy Disney. I have no idea what anything's going to do. Don't sue me. I might be wildly wrong about everything. Disney might crash tomorrow. Okay, but buy established blue chip companies that do well with regards to earnings. That's what you buy. You buy established blue chip companies and you hold them for 5+ years. That's how you make money in the stock market. All right, you don't make money by buying these really speculative penny stocks that nobody's ever heard of, except for this weird group of followers who are just pumping it up. Like, again, the definition of insanity is continuously trying the same thing, expecting a different result, at least Einstein's definition. If you look back at the history of all these penny stocks that have been pumped up, and I have, a very unique perspective. I have been trading almost every day for years and years and years now. I've seen them come and go. I've seen BBIG. I've seen SOS. I've seen CEI. Okay, I've seen TRKA. I've seen all these ridiculous stocks that are just horrible companies that, for whatever reason, they gain these big followings. Do not buy those companies. I think Bed Bath & Beyond is going to fail. Escobar. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I mean, we do the penny stock rant at least once a day. It's all good. Hey, thank you, Snow. With that said, though, I'll move on from it, but what are subscriptions on Twitter? Like, what does that mean? Monetization. No. Wait, does Twitter not know I'm over 18? All right, how do I set this up? How do I fix this? Profile. Okay. There we go. All right. So again, we are in UPS. We're gonna give it time to bounce back. Yeah, I don't even need a like. I don't. Yeah, we got a Twitter at Beginner Trades. Give your boy a follow. That's why, like, Johnny doesn't tell you what stocks to buy. He'll tell you what not to buy. Hey, listen, my job is to like I said, there's a lot of channels that claim to be protecting retail. I'm actually here doing it. You know, people can say whatever they want, but like I'm actually telling people at least my truth. I can't say it's the actual truth. You know, there's always a chance I'm wrong, but I'm telling them my truth. And my truth is that a large majority of these terrible, terrible companies will fail. Like people look at the ceiling. Like, yeah, like if you buy a terrible penny stock and it goes to 1,000, you're going to be rich. Sure. But the likelihood that that's going to happen is probably on par with like winning the lottery. You know what I mean? And in some ways, like the big mega millions, they probably have a little bit better odds relative to like risk versus reward. So, I mean, you know. All right, so we're still in UPS here, and again, I'm thinking about buying UPS if it pulls back a little bit more. Today, we also have McDonald's earnings to put it into perspective. So, like, we got a lot of stuff today. Crocs, dude, I didn't even know Crocs was a public company. To be honest, here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is not a company I'm gonna buy. I like Crocs. My son wears Crocs and everything. Like, but in terms of like buying up Crocs, it's just not something I'm gonna buy. It's fashion, you know, and honestly, like it's had a great year. It's a surprisingly good year. This thing is up like, whew, this thing is up over 100% from where it started the year. Started the year at about 70. It's over 140 right now. It's up over 100%. But the problem here is that it's up 100% and it's Crocs, you know. So like the issue with me in putting money in this is simple. I don't think Crocs stay super relevant long term. I think there's a chance they do, but I think we're in really like a really hot phase for Crocs right now. Like I think Crocs are kind of like really popular right now, and they've been kind of like that for the last 10 years. But I don't necessarily know, and I'm not saying they don't, but like I don't necessarily know they're gonna stay popular. You know what I mean? Like they're Crocs. So there's a chance they do. You know, there's certainly a chance that they do, but is that enough for me to want to take the trade? No, not necessarily. Yeah, McDonald earnings are out. Yeah, we've already covered them. McDonald earnings. There's a lot of them we've already covered, but yeah, McDonald's is out already. McDonald's ended up showing up at, let's find it. McDonald's showed up at 263 versus 233 expected revenue of 5.9. McDonald's actually did really, really well with regards to their earnings report here. Yeah, so here's McDonald's right here. McDonald's did really, really well. Yeah, good luck, Michelle. Hey, make your money. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, dude, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in like a solid year. It really has. The last time I ate there was probably breakfast, but it was probably last summer. Like, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in a long time. You know? Yeah, McDonald's had good numbers though. And they're gapping up nicely, almost to 297s. What happened to the Q? Nothing really. I mean, the Q's pretty flat today. It's gapping down a little bit, but it's not like a huge gap or anything. If you look at the Q, it gets down some, but like the previous closing price is right here. So I mean, it's down, but it's not like it's a crazy gap down. Like here's the Q over the last 20 days. It's pretty flat. Couple weeks for the Q. Stocks are easy to manipulate. Well, it depends on which ones. They're not all easy to manipulate for sure. Some of them are not easy to manipulate at all. Some of them are very difficult to manipulate. So it depends on which ones, in all honesty. You know, low floats are certainly easy to pump. But yeah, that's certainly not a lot of them. All right, today we got building permits and the CB consumer confidence numbers coming out today as well, with new home sales at 10. All right, guys. So UPS is basically sitting flat here. Verizon on the right. We can look at McDonald's. McDonald's did pretty well for their earnings report. The Q in the middle here. You can see Tesla. Tesla pretty flat with the market as well. Let's put one of these things up here. There we go. Bed Bath & Beyond tanking. What a surprise. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think soda sales are going to be down. Yeah, I'm in UPS right now. I'm trying to give it time to bounce back. We'll see if it does. Yeah, I think people just get sold on hype and stuff like that, you know? All right, guys, look at the Q still holding, bouncing back up a little bit here. I did have a losing day in terms of futures trading yesterday, so I did lose in futures trading. Yeah, Netflix doing well. Again, we're still at UPS. It's still bouncing back a little bit. Look at the Q up there at 315s. Where's the SPY at right now? So the SPY is currently sitting at 411s. It's been a really choppy few days, man. If we zoom out here and we actually look at the SPY over the last couple of days, it's been very, very choppy here. Like, look at the SPY. So put up like a 20-day chart and like look at the last couple of days here. We can put up like a 5-minute chart too. Let's put up a 10-day chart. 10-day chart is probably the most obvious way to look at it. It's just been sideways and slow. It's been slight downtrending. But like look at the last like 3 or 4 days here. It's just kind of been up and down and up and down. Just kind of up and down and up and down and up and down and up. So not really much volatility to capitalize on. We did have a losing day yesterday, but it's all right. How much different is futures trading compared to regular trading? It depends on what type. Futures, you're trading index funds, commodities, and currency pairs. So, or currency, not currency pairs. But in terms of like day trading, it's basically the same. It's very similar. It's not the exact same, but it's similar. And so, like, if you look at this, here's the E-mini, right? This is essentially the same thing as the SPY. And I can day trade it with no PDT restrictions. I'm using a platform called Top Step, which is a funded account program for futures where they give you a demo, they test your skill. And just taking the challenge builds your skill. It helps you to learn how to trade better with less risk. If you put the same amount of money up yourself, you probably lose way more. The base one's like 140 bucks, 130 something if you use my link. And it's just cheap. And again, they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on the demo while following their rules, they fund you the same amount if you can pass their testing, basically. The base one's 50K, so they give you a 50K demo. And if you can make 3K in profit on that while following their rules and conditions and phases, then they fund you 50 grand with a 90% split. And aside from that, and you get, you know, it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's limited risk. So if you lose, you're only down 140 or whatever it is. You can also reset for 100 and start over. But if you pass it, you're still going to keep 90% of your profit moving forward after that. So best of both worlds, in my opinion. But you can see day trading this is like day trading the SPY. So it's essentially like you can buy market, sell market. You can buy bid, sell ask. You can do everything else. The biggest difference in futures is sizing. But yeah. Again, if you want to see kind of a video explaining what like this all means, watch this video. It kind of explains it a little bit more. What futures are, all that good stuff. And again, if you want to try out Top Step, again, they are a sponsor, so I'm certainly biased in their favor naturally. But if you want to try them out, here is the link. Oh, Top Step, there's the link right there. You can also watch the video I posted. It gives a little bit more details about it. But again, they're a sponsor of mine, so they pay me money, so I'm biased in their favor, of course. All right, guys. So we're in UPS. Part of me wants to add a little bit more to it too. I'm just kind of sitting quiet right now, though. I think. Yeah, we got CB consumer confidence data. We're gonna put a lot of this up on the screen right now. So yeah, today we got CB consumer confidence. We got a lot of stuff, to be honest. We got retail sales. Building permits, CB consumer confidence data. We got the case Schiller. All right, guys. So Pepsi dropped theirs. All right, guys. So a lot of earnings today. Um, kind of getting this ready. One more. Let's see what we got. There we go. All right, so yeah, we got the K Schiller at 9 a.m. So right now it is about 7:40. So we still got about an hour and 20 minutes for that. A lot of red today. Yeah. We're down a little bit. It's not like super red. Not yet. What do you think about buying Tesla today? I mean, it depends on whether you think the market's going to bounce as a whole. I think there's an argument for it, but I also think there's risks, of course, in doing so. So I think it's something that you got to just be careful about. I could buy up a little bit. I don't mind a little trade. It's going to be a small trade though, so we just added a little bit to Tesla. It'll probably be a small trade though. We'll see. Again, we're in UPS. Part of me wants to add a little bit more to UPS, but I'm just going to sit quiet and wait. I already got a decent entry here, so I think I can just be a little bit more patient with the rest of this now. Good couple days trading, though. $150 buy-in. Yeah, it dipped all the way down to 158 yesterday. What trading vehicle would you use to trade 250K? I don't know. It depends on, probably futures. Why not buy 100 Tesla and sell out the money calls? I'm not really much of an options guy, man. Yeah, I'm just not much of an options guy. SPY pulling back a little bit. Part of me wants to buy the dip. Big earnings release today, man. Again, we have dude. So Jim Cramer, guys, to put it into perspective, how crazy is this? I'm about to say, Jim Cramer. Did he really? I gotta go back and look at this, dude. This can't be true. Hold on, dude. I gotta go back and look at this. Hold on. Unless he deleted it, which who knows if he did. If it's even real. Let me see. Maybe it's not real. Maybe it's not real. Okay, maybe it's not real. Okay, I saw somebody post a thing about Jim Cramer. Um, okay, this is fake. People posting fake stuff. I saw somebody post something about Kramer, and it's all good. What's the name of the charting software they give you by? Yeah, it's Chart. You can find the link in the description. You can get 40% off if you go to the link in the description for it. But they're a sponsor of mine, of course, but they're pretty solid. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. Nobody can. All right, market started to dip down pretty heavily here. Look at this. Big pullback. Let's see if we start bouncing some, though. Y'all can hear the music, right? You should be able to. Yeah, link's in the description. Just check out the description. Yeah, the link in the description is 40% off link. It's not 20, it's 40%. And you'll get the discount at checkout. So you got to go all the way to checkout. You can also use promo code BTRADE. So B trade. You can use that if you want. Appreciate it, Pawn. But yeah. I have a discount for Top Step. It's 20%. Instead of getting 25%, it's just 20%. That link is in the description as well if you want to check it out. Microsoft is this evening. It says Bard can now help you code. So they did an upgrade for Bard that supports over a bunch of different languages: TypeScript, JavaScript, Python. That's dope, dude. We'll have to mess with it a little bit. I think that's the future of these AI systems is the programming aspect. Alphabet's reporting it after the bell too. All right, so again, UPS is still up there. Let's do another one of these typing tests. It's been a while. The last one I got like 85 words per minute or something. So let's see if we can do it again. And it really is the luck of the draw with these tests, though. All right, ready? 1 minute test. All right, let's get it. Ah, bad start. Mm. See, all these capitalizations are making me struggle with these today, man. Ah. Okay, so I got 84 words per minute. I guess that's not bad. Um, better than it could be, I guess. Ah, it really did just hit me with an ad. Dude, you don't know me. I'm the top 3 greatest typer ever right now, bro. Bro, it just hit me with a dumb ad. Bro, this was a sleazy ad that it just hit me with right now. All right. I had 0 typos though, so that's good. Bro, I can take a typing test if I want to. Okay. There goes UPS moving up a little bit. We did buy Tesla some. All right, there we go. Google's this evening. Most of them are this evening. Most of the big ones like Microsoft, Google, all this evening. UPS is moving up. I would love to be able to take just a little bit of this UPS trade off. I would love to take just a little bit of it off. So we'll see what happens. But I would love to be able to take just a little bit of this UPS trade off. All right, there we go. We got a nice little pop up here. This might be enough for me to. I want to get a sell to ask up there. That's gonna be. See if I can get Phil. Phil me. You know what? I'll just cut it the bid. We'll go ahead and get out there. All right, so we just locked in a little bit of profit there. Now we don't have to worry about it as much. And we can let the rest roll and be a little bit more patient with it, I think, here. How fast can you knit? Dude, I'm the top 3 fastest knitters in the world right now. Don't hate. Y'all are just mad. Y'all's typing skills aren't as good as this, bro. Don't get mad, you know. All right, guys. So green on UPS. Green on UPS. All right, I bought a little bit of Tesla. Again, we're going to let it ride here and just try to be patient with it. What do you think of FRC? I'm holding a little bit of FRC from yesterday, but again, what happened is like we bought FRC, we rode the bounce back, and we took profit. So we let it drop, and then it bounced back to 1530s, I think, after it dipped all the way to 13. Our average price was 13.85, and then we rode it back, took profit, and then it dipped more. And so now we're down about $12 on the remaining position, but it's a very small position here, a very small position. And so now we're just essentially just kind of sitting in this. I will cut it if it starts to really break down too much, but I think we're probably pretty flat on the trade overall. I think we already took profit and made money on it, and then it kind of dipped more. And so we're kind of sitting in this position where we're neutral in it. Where do you guys think interest rates are going to go with regards to real estate? All right, so look at the market bounce back a little bit here too. So UPS still bouncing back some. Again, Tesla bouncing back a little bit as well. We're in this one flat basically right now. I'm not going to take any huge position here, but yeah, what's up, Shepard? Disney to cut 4,000 jobs. I think I don't think that's a terrible idea. I think interest rates are going to go up, up, up. Trying to buy a house, we are getting 6.125%. Yeah, that's super high relative. Like when I first, and I'm a real estate agent in Texas. When I first became a realtor, interest rates were 3.5%. Like FHA 30-year were 3.5%. And so the fact that they've gone up almost double in 6 years, 7 years, 8 years is pretty shocking with regards to like interest rates. It's very high, and it's one of these weird positions where the market's strange right now, where like you don't have. It's about 8 o'clock market time, guys. But it's this weird position where, generally one of the big selling points of real estate is that, hey, you could buy the house, pay less than you're paying now in rent, or pay less than you're paying now in rent for your mortgage, and actually own the house. So you'll pay less than you are now in rent, just having a mortgage, and you'll actually own the house, right? But at this point in time, that's not actually true in a lot of situations. So in a lot of situations, they're going to pay more in mortgage than they are for rent. And so it's a really hard buy of like, hey, stop paying less prices for rent and pay more in your mortgage. But the benefit is that you get to ride appreciation up over time and stuff like that. But yeah, just a weird market right now. Very weird market. It depends on what interest rates are going to be. Yeah, 2.5% is great, MP. Yeah, that's the tough thing, is that people with variable rate mortgages, and that's what ultimately caused the '08 financial crisis, was adjustable rate mortgages. When interest rates went up, a lot of people couldn't pay their adjustable rate mortgages, and in turn, the housing market collapsed. There was a lot of other, like, that's just a small piece of it. There's a lot more nuance to it that we could talk about with regards to like collateralized debt obligations and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, 2.7% is great. Yeah, last year it was like 4 to 5%. SPY's still moving up a little bit over the volume weighted average price now. All right, so GE. Yeah, man. Honestly, it's such a crazy market, dude. Like, where you got these penny stock gurus that are criticizing other trading gurus, saying that they don't show all their trades. But the person saying it doesn't show all their trades, and then sells super expensive courses on publicly available content, and then brags about their millionaire students all the time, where it's like, bro, they don't even show all their trades. And they use Profitly as some proof. Like, bro, you know how I could say I made $1 billion on Profitly? It doesn't mean anything. It's just kind of crazy. Traders are getting caught up in that. How's ARK Invest doing? What's Kathy Woods been doing? I haven't heard about her in a long time. Yeah, rent prices are high. Mortgage prices are high. Rental properties are in this weird market right now. It's just a weird market, in all honesty. 3.2% in 2020. Your mortgage is 843. That's great, especially in New York. She increased her timeline to 2027. Fee management, yeah, for sure. Buying Tesla, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with it there. We're in Tesla right now too. SPY started to move up to test 411s. We're a little bit green on Tesla, but again, we're in UPS as well. We already took some profit there too. Look at the SPY rip up. SPY moving up, heading up here. Again, we'll see if it continues, but it's trying. Average home price. Yeah, the average home price has gone up dramatically. Like dramatically. All right, look at UPS broke highs again, popped up a little bit more here. Again, another emotional dip buy after earnings. We're gonna go ahead and take a little bit more off here. Oh, we can't. Let's see if I can lock in a little bit more. There we go. Locked in a little bit more. Very small amount of shares left. We're still in Tesla here too. All right, guys. Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of a pullback in UPS. SPY dipping down, rejecting at that 411 level. Tesla still pulling back down under 161. So we're watching this to see what happens. And yeah, we'll see. All right, guys. So thank you for your content. It's helped me not go big in trades. I've lost a good amount trying to learn how. Yeah, 100%. Most new traders lose so much money in the beginning when they're just trying to learn. The reality of it is they need to be trading very, very small. Nobody's going to get rich quick in the markets. Like, there was a very ironic post, and maybe I'll still post it, but it's like, this is like, so after one of my videos, it was trying to send people to this story about this 15-year-old that makes 20K a week day trading. Like, listen, guys, if you really buy that story, I got some freaking time shares to sell you. Okay. Like, there's no 15-year-old stock market expert, and he damn sure is not making 20 grand a week. What he is doing is he is identifying a business that he can sell you. Right? He is identifying a business opportunity that he can sell you. Okay. Look at it for what it is. People don't like me saying this because it affects their business model. I'm not talking about the actual market experts, which is not a lot of people, to be honest. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the 15-year-olds that claim to be stock market experts out there slanging courses, just trying to grow social media profiles, putting up sensationalized profit that most likely is in demo accounts and stuff. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And there's so much of that out there. And it's like they pander to your emotion, right? They want you to believe that you can get rich just like they are claiming to. And so, if you think you're about to make 20K a week, like, yeah, you don't mind spending $5,000 on a course. But the problem is that there's no real way to vet it. I guarantee you guys, this is something that I've always said. If somebody's selling a course and they are actually making 20 grand a week, they would show you their broker statements every single week. Because if they're really making that much money, why not give their course credibility by showing their broker statement every single week? The reason that they don't is because they are not making that every single week. Like, in fact, they're probably not making much at all a lot of the time. And so the truth is, if somebody's really making money like that and they're selling courses, they are going to show you their broker statement every time. You get people that only show their broker statement once every 6 months. You know what that means? That means that they're only profitable once every 6 months. Because if they were profitable every month and they're selling a course, they're going to show it to you every time. Because again, what better way to bring credibility to your content? The reason you don't see that a lot is because a large majority of the people out there are just not profitable. And again, I'm not even claiming to be profitable myself. I'm not even claiming to be a good trader. I don't care about any of that stuff. All right. I'm green on the year in Thinkorswim. That's all I need to say. But just be smart, man. There's so much of it. Pawn sent me a picture of kind of who it was kind of redirecting people. The irony of after my stream is that they're sending people to that. So just be careful. Get banned, Kevin. My guy Kevin over here is the guy who gets caught paying that much money, bro. If you think I'm whining, you're not listening, brother. I'm trying to protect traders. I'm not whining. I'm trying to help them. Like, my guy Kevin is the guy who falls for it. You want to know who the prime target for these people are? It's my guy Kevin Stowed over here. Good day to you, sir. But yeah, my job is to help traders. So I might sound like a broken record, but the point is, don't fall for this stuff, man. There's so much of it out there. If I see it, I have to call attention to it. Yeah, trading small is really how you get by in the beginning of your trading. Like, most new traders, they see their guru trade large and make all this big money, and then they want to emulate that behavior. And so they ended up trading really large. I promise, if you're new, you're not going to make big money doing this. You might get lucky, but that's even worse because then you got unreasonable confidence. The reality of it is just trade small in the beginning. Like, lose small instead of losing big in the beginning, because you're almost certainly going to lose. If you don't lose now, you're going to lose eventually. It'll catch up to you. So just trade small. That's why, like, paper kit trading is useful. Trading small is useful. What's my net worth? Well, it depends on how much you would value my assets. It really depends on how much you'd value my assets. I don't know what my net worth could be. Yeah, I mean, you might have made 20K. That's fine, unbothered. But being able to do that consistently is a different story, brother. Again, the thing that I always need to understand is, like, again, we have the same conversation because it's useful for new traders to hear. Like, new traders kind of need the bubble burst, so to speak. My channel's called Beginner Trading because I'm actually trying to help retail traders. And now, sure, that might interfere with other people's business models, and they might not like me because of that. But, like, none of that really matters. Again, none of it really matters. If we're talking net worth, I mean, if we're really being honest, I got a freaking library as my office, man. I'm not going to talk about how much my net worth is. I don't think I necessarily need to. What I will say is that my house is a very nice house. And if I wanted to create some guru-like marketing spiel about my house, using my house as some type of credibility booster and all that stuff, I certainly could, but I don't. You know why I don't? Because like I don't care about looking like a guru. I'd rather just have privacy in that regard. Yeah. Think or swim is just what I learned on. Oh yeah, the dude got banned for sure. I mean, if he is waiting, like he didn't say anything else today. So if his first comment is just like telling me I'm whining about something, then he's just gonna get banned. He's not actually supportive. Yeah, for sure, Carlos, 100%, brother. That's why I'm telling people this. Carlos said great advice. I hope people listen. I made 40K in my first couple months, and I thought I knew beginner's luck, and then I lost 3x that, 100%. John, what got you to start trading? I watched the movie The Big Short when it first came out, like in theaters. Carol and I went and saw it. And I watched it. I was always like a poker or chess player, and so I always like strategy games. And so when that kind of sparked interest in the stock market. And so I came home and I googled trading, and what turned up, Tim Sykes, you can get rich quick, buy my trading course, guys. And that's kind of when I never ended up buying any of it, but like that's kind of what sparked the path of trading for me. If I can rent a Lambo, can I borrow your house for a couple hours? Yeah, definitely top 3 whiners for sure. Can you give me advice on UCAR? Well, I don't give out trading advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. UCAR is a pump and dump without question. It's a pump and dump. And so, or no, this is a recent IPO. It might be an IPO pump and dump. I just don't know anything about this, actually. I know it went from $16 to 75 back down to 7. So maybe this is a recent IPO. I just don't know anything about it. At first glance, I thought it was a pump and dump. Let me look this up. Okay, so yeah, this is just an IPO. Don't know enough about the company to say whether it's going to succeed or not. In IPO terms, it's not like that crazy of a move. Like I've seen crazier of a moves, but it's certainly like a big volatile move. So it depends on how much you believe in the company or not. But and it might be something where like it moving up so much so quickly caused people to just start unloading shares. How much technical analysis training do you have? Define training. Like I've been using technicals for years and years and years, But again, what people have to understand about technicals is that like everybody uses different stuff. Like you get some people who are like, my way is the only way, and if you don't do it my specific way of using technical analysis, you're wrong and I'm right. Right. But that usually means that they don't know what they're talking about, because technical is a wide ranging subject, and like there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can use whole dollars, you can use breakdowns, you can use oscillators like, RSI and stuff like that. You can use trend indicators like the volume weighted average price. You can use extension, which is personally my favorite way to use technicals. I just play extension. Again, I bought UPS. My average price on UPS is 186.50. And so my average price on UPS is right around here. Just bought the dip, rode the bounce. SPY starting to move back up too. But again, I think my average price was actually a little bit better than this. I'm pretty sure I got in UPS at about 186 down here, and then I sold, so that influenced my average. But SPY starting to rip up. How did you learn? Self-taught mostly. I mean, I used tutorial videos and stuff like that. But how you gauging extension? Mix of PE ratio versus long-term chart extension on the daily chart, 4-hour chart, 6-month chart, sometimes weekly chart. It just depends. No, nothing always plays out. Fu, he says, does TA always plays out? Sometimes 1 hour is different from daily. Yeah, 100%. Nothing always plays out 100% of the time. Uh, it's all betting on probabilities. It's kind of like poker. Poker's the easiest correlation there because poker, for instance, you might have pocket aces and somebody might call you with 7-5 offsuit. And that 7-5 offsuit might hit a straight on the flop and you might lose with aces, even though you got into it with the best hand. And even though you got your money in good, like say you went all in pre-flop, say the 5-7 offsuit was a short stack or something like that, they might win and get a straight, even though you had the best hand and you did everything correctly. I mean, you might be wanting to fold those hands out, but that doesn't matter. But the point is, variance plays a factor in trading. Like you might do everything right and still lose. Just like in poker, you might have pocket aces and do everything right and still lose. But over the long run, edge shows up, and that's the same thing with trading. Yeah, and I think people get weird about these. I think people get weird about these rants. Again, if I see some 15-year-old claiming to be some market expert trying to sell you a course, I have to call attention to that. Like I have to criticize that. Um, Sometimes it's like you're shooting down people's dreams. They dream to get rich quick. They think that they're going to do it. They're really getting kind of taken by some of these guys. But like their dream is to get rich quick. And so it's kind of like, again, it's kind of like if you know anybody that sells a pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing package, right? They think they're about to get rich as a new distributor for ABC, pyramid scheme marketing, whatever they want to call it, right? They think they're about to get rich quick, right? So you try to talk somebody out of that, they get mad at you for it. Same situation here. And again, I've said this a million times. The whole point is to help people. But to go back to stocks, today's a big day, honestly. We got Microsoft earnings. We had a lot of stuff. UPS had mixed results. So UPS beat on EPS, missed on sales. Verizon beat on EPS, missed on sales. GM beat on both. So beat on EPS, beat on sales. McDonald's, I think they came in on par with estimates with regards to sales revenue. Beat on EPS though. GE beat on EPS, beat on sales. Halliburton beat on EPS, beat on sales. Spotify, even though they had growth numbers, like they grew a little bit more than expected, Spotify missed on EPS and sales revenue. Pepsi beat on both. 3M beat on both EPS and sales. Raytheon beat on both EPS and sales. Danaher beat on EPS, beat on sales. JetBlue beat on EPS. I don't know if they came in on par with sales, but they beat on EPS as well. I don't really see any other big ones today, but those are the big ones now. Yeah, Microsoft big earnings reports. Hey, thank you, Sus. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, we just try to be real with people. And again, sometimes, sometimes I might sound like a broken record and say it over and over again. It's intentional. Some people don't like it because, again, it's like, again, if you think that you're gonna buy some trading course and then ride off into the sunset, getting rich, somebody attacking that dream might hurt a little bit. Somebody kind of bursting that bubble. Saying, hey, it's not really like that. Like that's, you're just kind of getting taken. That might hurt a little bit. You might react negatively to it. And so that's why we get the people in the chat that are like, this guy. Again, those are the same people that are falling for these things. And so just have common sense here. Understand, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm just trying to be as real as I can about it. Spotify, great company. Yeah, they're growing a little bit. There's a lot of similarities between poker and market. Yeah, there's so much free content. What's your take on algo buy sell signals? I don't know about buy sell signals. What I do know is that I'm sponsored by Chart Prime. Some of those algorithm signals, I'm not going to say buy sell signals. Some of those algorithmic signals can be powerful. But I don't really agree with the ones that do the buying and selling for you. I think that's a recipe for disaster. And so it depends on which ones, but some of them can be good. It just depends. What I don't agree with is signal services that tell you buy ABC at X price for X amount and then sell at X amount, right? Those are generally very misleading because a lot of the time what they do, the people selling actual signals, like the people selling like, hey, buy, Microsoft or whatever they say. A lot of the time what they're doing is they're giving you a very small reward target, right? So like if you say, hey, buy Apple, if you say, hey, buy the SPY at 411 and sell it at sell it at 411.10, right? Your reward target's 9 cents. The likelihood that you're going to hit that reward target's pretty high, you know. But what they'll do is they'll give a very small reward target and then they'll give you a huge risk, And so like if you try to follow those trades, you'll win most of the time doing it. And that's what they want. They want you to win. And then they want you to say, oh my gosh, man, this works. This guy's right. I just won 2 or 3 times in a row using this guy's picks. It's like, yeah, because the reward target's tiny. So like you're going to win most of the time and the risk is huge, but again, the problem is like when it doesn't go in your favor and you actually lose, a lot of the time you're going to lose way more than you would have than everything. You're going to lose everything you would have made and all the picks they gave prior to that plus more. And so just be careful. There's a lot of predatory behavior. And the market's really one of those things where it's like, if I call attention to it, people get mad at me for it. And so it's like, there's so many businesses propped up on this type of behavior that like, it's just a slippery slope. It's a tricky market. But really, like I've been saying the same thing for years, 2+ years. What does EPS stand for? EPS is earnings per share. So EPS is profitability. So it's basically margins. So EPS is earnings per share, but it's a gauge on profitability. So it's basically how profitable the company is in terms of margins. Revenue or sales revenue, or however you want to put it, is basically how big is the ceiling, so to speak. So like how much money you're bringing in is kind of like what the potential for growth is in your company. EPS is profitability. So like you can always tweak your margins a little bit and make more money if you have good enough revenue for the most part. But, if you have low revenue, you're only going to have a specific ceiling, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the difference in the metrics for earnings. Guidance is actually one of the more important releases. So like guidance is a little bit more influential over what the stock actually does versus a lot of the other things. All right, so we're in Tesla right now. Green in Tesla, but not very much. Green in UPS as well. Yeah, the biggest example I can see of that is like Fiverr, right? You go on Fiverr, you're going to have a bunch of people selling signals. And again, like what they want is they want you to keep coming back, right? So say you buy a signal for $5, and that signal says, hey, do this. And it gives you like a 10-cent reward target. And so then you make money, you make money on the next one. And so then you're like, oh man, this Fiverr guru's honestly kind of good, right? But again, if you look at the difference between like risk and reward in those trades, the reward is huge. And the risk is huge. I mean, not the reward. The risk is huge and the reward is tiny. And so it's like they want you to come back and buy more. So that's what they're going to give you at first. And a new trader might not understand that. They might just kind of say, oh, wow, this guy's always winning. It's like, sure he is, because his reward target's 10 cents and his risk is 70 cents. So that's the perspective you have to look at it from. And then again, there's just a lot of it. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they don't do it. Voorhees, you know how it goes, man. All right, so there's 8:30, guys. There's 8:30. I think we had some data come out today. Let me make sure. We don't really have any like big data here. Let's see if the market moves at all. There it is. All right, so building permit data just dropped. Came in at 1.43 million, 1.43 million, minus 7.7%. So building permits came in higher than expected today. Building permits came in at minus 7.7%. Didn't really move the market much. But yeah, building permit data just dropped. It came in at 810. So again, at 7.7% versus 8.8% expected. These are both minus. And actual building permits came in at 1.43 million versus 1.413 million expected here. And then today we got consumer confidence. We got the Case-Shiller house price index data dropping a little bit later on as well. Yeah, I mean, again, Cubano, the easiest way to put it, man, is that like I'm not talking about everybody, of course. There's always going to be outliers in those situations. There's very few situations in life where there's no outliers, right? You're always going to have exceptions to the rule, brother. But like it doesn't mean a large majority of them are not scamming, you know? And so like you're always going to have exceptions. And we could isolate those exceptions and use that as a, argument of why the entire niche should never be criticized. But again, the reality of it is what you're talking about right now, and please don't mention their name because it's so hard for me to vet these. But again, it's certainly not most of them. It's certainly not most of them. And again, I'm not talking about all the good ones. There's some good people selling courses. There's some good courses out there. Like I'm not talking about everybody. I'm specifically targeting the sleazy scammer ones, which is I'd say a lot of them. All right, so SPY pulling back here again. We are in UPS. We've already made money on it. I think right now we might start establishing a Tesla position moving forward, but again, I don't know. Yeah, we got a Discord. All right, so again, we've mostly scaled out of the position. We only got 10 shares left of UPS, and we've already made money doing it. And again, it's one of the reasons, guys, that like I genuinely try to just keep everything free. And like I don't want to claim to be an expert. I don't want to act like a guru because I don't want to be hypocritical, you know. I don't want like another thing is like, okay, pressure kills profit. Like having pressure on you to succeed is going to make you not succeed. So you're right about the unlikelihood of a teenage stock expert. It takes years of experience to understand the market and how it reacts under different conditions. 100%, especially like a 15-year-old. Like just highly unlikely, man. Highly unlikely. And I think young people relate to young people more. Right. And so I think the biggest people who are falling for those type of kids are young people or other 15-year-olds that don't know any better, that are asking their parents for money and to do all that stuff. Like they're the ones that are really the ones that are going to get hurt from it. Is other people that they relate to. again, the younger kids are usually a little bit more naive in that way as well. Not always, of course, but listen, I've got a teenage daughter. Bro, I could talk her into basically, I could tell her the sky is green, and if I give her a reasonable argument for it, she might believe it. Um, I find myself watching your stream every morning. Something to look forward to before trading hours. Hey, thanks, Wholesale. I appreciate it, man. Doogie Howser. The markets may be occasionally predictable by algos, but the market itself is not a personified algo. Yeah, I don't know about any of them, man. I'm sure there's some good traders. Like, again, I don't know. I don't know anybody specific. I just try to be real with people about, how I view things. And I certainly might be wrong here about a lot of different stuff. But I don't think I'm wrong about the guru culture. Yeah, for sure. It took 3 years for us to see a bull market, bear market, inflation, recession, earnings during all these low unemployment, high unemployment. Yeah, we're in a weird market. We're in a weird inflation/recession fearing market, which is not typical. It's not standard. It's not something that we are generally going to see a lot. All right, so it's almost 9 a.m. We got about 25 minutes or so until 9 a.m. And we do have the Case-Shiller House Price Index data dropping at 9. Yeah, we'll see what else we get. We got a bunch of other data coming out. We got like CB consumer confidence data dropping at 9, new home sales dropping at 10, or CB consumer confidence data dropping at 10, new home sales at 10 as well. So we got a bunch of stuff coming on then. But yeah. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Hit the notification bell, guys. Again, we do have Microsoft earnings coming out today. SPY pull it back a little bit. I'm going to buy this dip in the SPY short term. We're going to take 50 shares of the SPY. Maybe add a little bit more if it pulls back some more. But I don't mind the dip right around the 200 EMA pullback here. We'll give it some time. We did break 3,000 followers on Twitter. Google after hours. Yeah, we got Google, Microsoft, Visa all dropping after hours today. So regular trading hours are referred to as the cash session. I mean, that's when the markets are the most liquid or in regular trading hours. So the markets are the most liquid. That could be why, but again, I really don't know. I don't know why they were going to refer to it. That seems a little vague. So I, really don't know there. A very small percentage, TJ. Just looking to make a couple bucks. If I could scale out of this. Again, we're green on the year on TD Ameritrade. But again, I'm not claiming to be some super profitable trader or anything like that. What I will say is that a large majority of traders do not make money. and we are green on the year. Also, we're going to throw it in sub-only mode, guys. We are going to throw it in sub-only mode today. So if you want to chat, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell. Yeah, I did forget. Here, we can end this poll, and I don't mind doing a different poll here. Because we already got a lot of these votes. So we're going to do another poll here. Which earnings report are you more excited for? Google or Microsoft? On that poll. That's a good poll. You know what you guys think. There's the poll now. So let me know if you're more excited for Google or Microsoft here. Now McDonald's is already out, Ernie. So McDonald's did well. 263 versus 233 EPS, revenue of 5.9 bill versus 5.59 bill expected, 12.6% global SSS growth. So yeah, they did really well. They're gapping up pretty strong from it too. With bad what numbers, Mike? What's happening at Tesla? Tesla's doing a small little gap down. It's been on a big downward move over the last couple of weeks. So they're all after the closing bell today. They're at 4 p.m. today. I think Microsoft's probably the bigger name in terms of earnings, but it varies. We ended up taking a little bit more off of UPS, so we cut a little bit more. The next Fed meeting, I believe, is early May, so it's going to be in like a couple weeks. So yeah, the next Fed meeting I think is like May 3rd. Let me make sure. Last one was March 21st to the 22nd. So the last one was a little bit over a month ago. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like May 3rd, if I remember correctly. I could look at the schedule here. Yeah, it's May 3rd is when the next one is. So right around May 3rd. So we'll stream it, of course. And again, if you haven't already subscribed, like we cover all this data. So we cover all these big events. John, do you know anything about this new executive regulation in the mortgage industry? Yeah, so I actually have a mortgage friend that covered a lot of this. And again, I'll put this up so you guys can hear it. But like he basically talked about why it's a little bit misleading. And so like if you listen to this,
they are going to be charged more fees now, but high credit.
So like he talks about essentially,
they are going to be charged.
Let's see if I can rewind this.
They are.
Okay, yeah. So like I can put it up on screen and you can listen to it. But what he said was people keep sending me TikTok videos twisting mortgage news. So I started responding with the video. Since there's a lot of sensationalism going around, this kind of corrects a lot of it.
I just want to send a quick rebuttal to this TikTok video saying that high credit borrowers are now subsidizing low credit borrowers. So first of all, it's not that low credit borrowers are getting a 1.75 discount. What's happening is in only certain situations, so not all low credit borrowers, but some low credit borrowers with bigger down payments, or the fee that they are charged is getting reduced by 1.5%. Or 1.75%, but also in some situations it's less, like only 1% or 0.75%. But in the extreme down payment to credit score brackets, it's 1.75. That the fee they're already charged is being reduced. Okay. Now, high credit borrowers with
so basically what he's saying is that like there's a lot of people talking about, oh, well, low credit people are going to get better rates than high credit people. No, what he's saying is that like low credit people had to pay more fees with regards to like mortgages. They had to pay more fees because their credit was worse, right? In certain situations, those fees are going to be reduced so that they're not going to have to pay as many fees that they would for having worse credit than they previously did, right? But they're still going to be paying more and getting worse interest rates on average than people with better credit, of course. And so again, like politics kind of gets in the way a lot and kind of makes people think certain things, but that's really what's going on. So it's not like people with worse credit are going to be paying less for mortgages than people with better credit, right? That's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is that the fees that like people with worse credit generally have to pay more fees. Those fees are going to be reduced a little bit, is all it is, right? So they're still going to be paying more in their overall mortgage relative to people with good credit, right? So it's not like they're all of a sudden just giving people with no credit, bad credit, all these great, interest rates, and they're giving people with good credit all these bad interest rates. That's not what's going on. And again, it's being sensationalized because of politics mostly. But in these situations, but this dude's a mortgage broker, and he's been doing that for a long time. All right, guys. So yeah, just kind of getting some consolidation here. Again, we're still in UPS, but we've scaled out of a large majority of the trade. We're in the SPY, and we're pretty flat on this position now. We got about 13 minutes until the data comes out for the Case-Shiller House Price Index data. It is dropping soon. Yeah, all good, Chris. No worries, man. And I'm not the most political guy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really pretty neutral politically, but, a lot of people are just going to disagree whatever the current politician does anyway. And so they're just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just getting politicized, if that makes sense. Correct, Arnie. Correct. SPY at 50 or 490.95s here, so right around 411s, just under 411s here. UPS did pop right back up. Again, in about 12 minutes, we get what's called the Case-Shiller HPI index, house price index. And so again, it'll be relevant to like real estate. Speaking of mortgages and real estate, this will be relevant to it all. Hey, what's up, Roderick? Good morning, man. Kind of a gapping down but choppy market here, team. All right, guys. So again, SPY right at the 200 EMA level, which is a very relevant level. All right, so bouncing back up a little bit. All right, so SPY pull it back down, but again, we're pretty flat on the trade as a whole. UPS did bounce back up a little bit here. Yeah, that seemed overdrawn. I couldn't believe it would have been true. It seems more reasonable. Yeah, you know how it goes, bro. People want, like, a lot of it is content creators. Like, a lot of content creators, they want, like telling the truth in that regard is less, is less engaging with people. Like, it's less, it's not as good for clicks, And so what do they have to do? They say, oh, well, now, people with bad credit are going to pay less than people with good credit. Everybody gets their pitchforks out and gets all angry, and then that's just kind of how the market goes. Again, I've kind of learned to take a step back and I don't really root for any politician like it's my football team. I just kind of take a step back and say, okay, well, how is it getting sensationalized today? It is what it is. Yep, EH. That is exactly what they want you to think, man. Again, EH, the reality of it is, again, I'm a real estate agent, a licensed real estate agent. I have friends that do mortgages. What it really is that people with low credit, again, are going to have to pay fees for having that low credit. They're going to have to pay more fees for having worse credit. What the new government subsidy thing does is that it reduces some of those fees in certain situations. The fees are still going to be higher than people with good credit are going to pay. It's not like, it's not like bad credit's going to get a 4% interest rate and good credit's going to pay 7%. That's not what it is. What it means is that there's going to be some subsidies reducing those fees in certain situations. They're still going to be paying more than people with good credit, but some of those fees are going to, they're going to have some subsidies for those fees in certain situations, making the barrier of entry a little bit better, especially right now where, there's drama and stuff in real estate. That's all it is. It's not like people who with less credit or worse credit are going to pay less than people with good credit. That's never going to happen. And again, that's just sensationalized. All right, so we'll go ahead and cut this. Again, we're pretty flat on the day. We're up in UPS, so UPS is still treating us pretty good. But big breakdown under VWAP, I don't like it. Yeah, for sure. People with bad credit are going to pay more because of risk, 100%. Again, SPY bouncing it back up. It's at 410.70s here. But again, I'm going to let it roll here. Tesla break it down some more. I got 10 shares of Tesla, so a very small position right now. So I could add to it. I don't know if I'm going to. I could, but I think I'm just going to sit. If we dip heavy, maybe I'll add. But until then, I'm just going to chill and wait. All right, guys, we got about 6 minutes before the Case-Shiller data comes out. FRC about to break yearly low. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and cut mine. I lost less than $20 on the remaining position. I'm still pretty flat on the overall trade here. But here's FRC breakdown and, breaking down pretty big here. Here's Tesla starting to dip too. So the only thing I'm holding right now is UPS, and we're green on that. We've already taken a majority of profit on that one. Tesla's not down enough for me to really want to buy it. And we got less than 5 minutes before we got the Case-Shiller data coming out. All right, so again, we're still in UPS. It's moving up. Tesla down at 160. Let's see if 160 holds as like a psychological support level. Again, make sure you hit the live button next to the play button to catch up on the stream. Again, new home sales, CB consumer confidence, the house price index, Case-Shiller data comes out today. All very relevant data here. Yeah, FRC is dumping down. All right, guys. So again, look at FRC dump down here. Again, they dropped their earnings report less than 3 minutes, guys, before the Case-Shiller house price data comes out. Less than 3 minutes. Which earnings call occurs in 12 minutes? I don't know, man. It depends on. There's so many earnings today. I'm sure some of them start in 12 minutes, but I don't know which one specific. Again, Tesla back up to 160. It seems to be kind of magnetized at that 160 level. Oh, in 2 minutes? I don't know. There's a couple probably at 8. I can look it up for you. Hold on. Let me check. Donald is going on live right now. UPS is going on right now. GM is going on right now. BZ is going on right now. Spotify is going on right now. Pepsi is going on right now. GE is going on right now. 3M starts in 1 minute. So 3M company starts in 1 minute. JetBlue starts at 10. Raytheon. Next Era starts at 9. So Next Era starts in a minute too. All right, guys, here's the data right here. Let's see what we get. All right, guys, let's see what the data shows up as, team. All right, so the house price index, the Case-Shiller data came in at 0.4% versus 0.1% expected. Again, 0.4% versus 0.1% expected. So the data came in higher than expected for the Case-Shiller 20-year NSA. So house prices going up a little bit at 0.4%. The Case-Shiller index measures the change in the selling price of single-family homes in 20 metro areas across the U.S. So again, higher than expected reading on everything. So higher than expected reading on both month over month for February, year over year. All came in higher than expected here. At 0.4% versus 0.1% expected for the Case-Shiller. Market's starting to bounce back a little bit on this data here. But UPS dipping down pretty fast here on this. Could be from their earnings report. I'm still green, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest because they said something during their earnings report that did not like it. Luckily, I cut it pretty fast, and we had already scaled out of almost all the trade. But yeah, big turnaround on UPS. But yeah, so again, 0.4%. We'll put the data up on screen so you can see it. Again, year over year came in at 0.4% versus 0.1% expected here. We'll put the data up on screen. There's the data right there. All right, so next we have in about an hour, we got the CB consumer confidence data. All right, so we got the CB consumer confidence data as well as what else we got dropping today at 10 o'clock. We got new home sales, CB consumer confidence data. Again, CB consumer confidence data. And then we got new home sales. Oh, look at the SPY move here. Again, FRC just breaking down here. Again, CB consumer confidence data. All right, guys. So we got the CB consumer confidence data, house pricing data. Now we got this Case-Shiller. There we go. All right, so the Case-Shiller or the CB consumer confidence data drops again at 10 a.m. Spot is jumping. Yeah, are you guys buying FRC right now? I don't know about me personally. We'll see. I got a dad joke. We will FRC. Rate my joke 1 to 10. All right, guys. So let's get ready to trade some futures today too. I haven't really traded much today. Lost a little bit yesterday. Let's get ready. Let me go to the top up here. There we go. All right, we're at the top. Okay. FRC just dumping down here, man. Look at this. So FRC is this bottom chart here. Look at FRC's fall. Down to 1180s right now. And so, yeah, we sold our last little bit. But again, we took profit into the bounce and then sold just now. So it was kind of a break-even trade. I mean, we lost like maybe $5, I would say, on the trade as a whole. Tesla at under 160s right now. So we'll see if Tesla ends up bouncing back too. Very relevant stock for everything going on today. And again, today we have Google and Microsoft earnings. We did a poll asking people which one they wanted to see more of. Pretty split down the middle. Look at a micro Google in face. Amazon's not today. We have Google and Microsoft today. Amazon is Thursday, I think. I think it's Thursday. What's up, Ricky? Wait, did y'all hear my joke? Y'all must not have. I don't see any chat about it. Top 3 greatest jokes ever. Oh, wait, we got a 3. Okay, somebody rated it a 3. Man. We will FRC. Good one, Ernie. NVIDIA pushing up. All right. Again, UPS, man, we rode the bounce back up. I think I might need to just take larger size with those type of trades moving forward. It's kind of like we will see, but I said we will FRC. Sorry, terrible joke. I get it. Did anybody see Nate Diaz choke that dude out? Bro, he turned the camera away. Bro, the cameraman missed everything, dude. give the camera guy a rating of 1 out of 10 on that latest one. It's a different view. So this is an alternate angle according to Ariel Helwani. Alternate angle of the Nate Diaz street fight. I love him, but CTE, bro, you think he's punch drunk, bro? I don't think so. Not yet, dude. I think old boy was in his face. It was in New Orleans, and so you know, what happened. I'm not really mad at him for it, to be honest. I think if somebody's in your face, even if they have their hands up like this, you know, a lot of the time they'll go like this and then they'll swing. And so I'm not mad at it. You know, he laid him down pretty gently as well. Yeah, dude, I tell dad jokes all day. I'm a dad too, so like, you know, we're saying dad jokes out here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we won higher than expected, or on earnings for sure. Yeah, it was the Logan Paul lookalike guy. Getting a little pullback in the market here. Been in a pretty obvious trend, though. If we draw the trend out, that's the trend so far. We'll see if we hold the trend. All right, so we're pulling back to the bottom of this range here. Let me look at the SPY here. I don't like this breakdown. I would buy the dip, but like I don't necessarily like the breakdown. I think the breakdown could be risky. We got about 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes before the data comes out. Or no, I'm sorry. 15 minutes before the market opens. Like I said, I'm a fan, though. Maybe I just don't understand what he's doing. Yeah, you got to understand. He grew up in Stockton, Ernie. So, like, he's going to have, you know, he's going to be a little bit more influenced by, you know, how it is over there, man. Yeah, I don't think we could really judge Nate for without seeing like all the like the full context of everything that happened. Like I don't think we can necessarily judge him for it. Netflix, yeah, Netflix moving up. Pawn mentioned this one earlier. So at 330s right now, looks strong. Looks strong. Again, a little bit too early to tell, but doesn't look bad. I'll try and buy this dip up. So we bought one contract at the regular E-mini here. See if we get a little pop back. We're at the bottom of the range. See if we get a little short bounce back that we can make some money on and then figure it out afterwards. It is a $0.5 level. It's also a historical trend line that we can maybe use to follow. So far, we got a little confirmation in the bounce. Let's see if it holds and moves back up. We're up a little bit so far. We'll see if it continues to hold. Again, Netflix still bumping up. There we go. We'll go ahead and take that off. So we just made about 40 bucks there in futures. Honestly, yeah, we're up about 40. Again, we bought it right at that trend line that we drew. We'll see if it continues to work, but so we even got a little pump up more. So again, trends are usually the most effective way to trade. Volume weighted average price, self-drawn trends are usually the most effective way to trade. Got a nice little bounce back exactly at that trend that we drew. So it looks like our trend lines were on point here. Look at that pop. Literally called the bottom. This is why, like, people say technicals don't work. I mean, explain what I just did. Like, the likelihood that I would be able to call the exact moment a stock bounces like this, you know, not a small bounce either, but like literally the exact moment a stock bounces, saying that that's completely random and that it would be so outside the realm of possibility that, like, you know. So we'll take it. About 12 minutes before the opening bell, guys. 12 minutes. And again, if you want to try out this is a funded account program in futures. And so what they do is they give you a demo. If you can hit the targets on their demo while following their rules, they fund you between 50 to 150K. Most legit futures funded program in the world. They're kind of who all the other ones copy off of. But there's no PDT in futures. And so what you see me day trading right now is essentially the S&P 500. So you can day trade the S&P 500 essentially in futures through what's called the E-mini. It's an index fund futures contract, and you can buy market, buy bid, sell the ash, just like you're trading stocks, but it's futures and there's no PDT restrictions. And the easiest way to get your feet wet in that is through funded account programs like Top Step. Although they are biased, they are a sponsor of mine. I'm certainly biased in their favor, but again, genuinely useful and can ultimately, if you're good enough to pass it, ultimately get you around the PDT rule. If you're not good enough to pass it, you know, you probably lose more money trading real money anyway. For real, top three, John. Calling the bottom. Hey, definitely top three bottom callers in the world right now, Sandy. Not an investment professional, though. Don't sue me. Not liable if you lose. Have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about everything. But yeah, so we did hit the bottom here. Right on the bottom. We bounced right up. No red candle since we tapped that level. Why is FRC tanking if they beat earnings? Well, they're tanking mostly because of bad. The rest of the data was not good. So, like, they had some less than optimistic data and sentiment regarding their own company that they put out during their earnings call. That's why they're dropping, is because they, they put out some worse or some bad sentiment statements. Is the easiest way to put it. Carol's trying to train Bruce in there. Bruce only really listens to me. Yeah, 100 billion in deposit outflows. Yeah, 100 billion, which is just ridiculous. And again, I understand it, dude. Like if I'm holding money in FRC, bro, and that happens, I'm taking my money out fast. Of course, I didn't put a penny in FRC, but like if I had money in there, dude, that money would be withdrawn very, very quickly. You know, the big thing is like, here's the big effects of this. Shareholders lost so much money from FRC's demise. FRC was at 120 bucks prior to this. It's at $12 now. It's literally lost 90% of its value. 90% in like a couple weeks. You know, and shareholders don't get compensated for it. They just lose everything. So that's a tough thing. What's up, Tiny? Good morning. Are there any Jerome Powell speeches coming up? Like, I don't really see anything. Nothing new, at least. Not for a while. We got the Fed meeting on the 3rd of May. Again, consolidating here. We'll see how long we can stay in this trend. We got 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes. Aside from like the May 3rd press conference and rate hike decision. Yeah, so Powell is going to be next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, we have the rate hike decision and press conference. Yeah, honestly, Carol freezes the whole house out. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes until the opening bell starts. He might give you a J Powell speech, man. Chat GPT. FRC back up to over 12s here. So let's see if we rebound. Tesla back up to 160.2s. So we still got some time there. Let's see if FRC makes moves. Yeah, 70 says, so John, you target a 0.05% or to 0.3%. I think 0.3% is perfectly reasonable. You know, I think the only people that think you need to make 1% or more a day are degenerate gamblers, to be honest. Again, I've had people who have critiqued how the sizing that I trade normally. Um, and generally the people that do that are worse traders than you'll see around. Again, they're worse traders. Like generally the people that do that are just struggling themselves, and so it kind of is therapeutic for them to kind of lash out at other people. Not always, of course, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is that you should never criticize somebody for trading too small. If I can make $50 to $100 a day on a $30,000 or $40,000 account, I think that's perfectly reasonable and plenty. Again, I talked about it the other day. I think the larger you trade relative to your account size, the more risk you're ultimately taking. And I think the only people that are really pushing for 1% to 2% a day are people who are trying to sell you courses, mostly. Again, 1% to 2% a day. Say you make that every day, you're going to be making 400% a year. If you could actually do that consistently, Goldman Sachs will hire you in a heartbeat. But the reason you don't see a lot of these gurus out here working for Goldman Sachs is because they're not actually making that. They're just trying to sell you stuff. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. A little bit less than that, about 2 minutes, actually. All right, guys. So again, about a minute and a half left. Market's still in that range, still holding the trend that we've been in. FRC started to come back, but I don't know how much it's going to. It's back up to 1230s. You can kind of see it on this right side of the screen here, right at 1230s. Google popping. Yeah, Google, I mean, it's had a good couple days. Back up to almost 107s. Market's pretty flat, though. It's not really doing a huge range move right now. But it is in that trend that we drew earlier. So, we'll see if it continues in that trend or range. All right, so here's the opening bell, guys. Good luck, team. Big pullback ahead of the open, though. But here's the bell. 5 seconds. Make sure you hit the live button next to the play button as well, guys. Catch up. All right, so SPY back up to 410s, almost 411s right now. Google break it down a little bit. FRC still consolidating over 12s. We got Tesla falling down some. I might consider adding to it, but I think I'm just going to wait. I don't want to get too big of size where I'm going to start getting nervous as it pulls back here. So I'm in a small enough size now where it could drop 10, 15 bucks a share and I'd still be okay. I don't really, regardless of anything, I don't want to give it too much weight in terms of P&L. So wait, really? How would Goldman Sachs find out? The point is, if you can make 400% a year and you're making that every year and you're going to have the broker statements to show that that's how much you're making, you could submit that to the Goldman Sachs and you could submit that to any major hedge fund and probably work for them and make more money than you would selling 1 million courses on YouTube. Again, the problem though is that, they're just not really making that. And again, they're using that as ammunition to sell courses, and then new traders are just eating it up, and they're expecting 1, 2, 3, 4% a day. And again, if they were actually doing that, it's just, again, you make 30% a year. That's elite. You beat the market. That's better than 95%. And so you got to have reasonable expectations for trading. And I don't think telling people they can make 1 to 5% a day or whatever it is reasonable expectations. I think that's far outside the realm of what's going to be normal. And I think most of the time telling traders to trade that large is just going to cause them to lose way more money. But yeah, SPY pulling back to the VWAP, bouncing off of it now. Is BBBY still a thing? I mean, it's a stock, but it's down huge percentages. SPY ripping up, though. No red candles yet. Tesla bouncing back, too. Pretty flat on our Tesla trade now. NVIDIA running up? Yeah, we're watching it. All right, so still consolidating here, testing these levels. Market pulling back to the VWAP here. Again, I don't trust it yet. We're going to probably just try to trade with the trend. FRC broke down at the opening bell. It ripped up a little bit prior to it, but you can see it's all the way down to 1150s. Right now, 1150s here. So y'all be careful. Snapchat also running. Tesla turning down under 160 here. So it just fell under 160. You can see it on the top right. This breakdown starting to happen. I see you. Yeah, I don't trust FRC at all right now. SPY's not bad. I mean, SPY looks somewhat strong today. Tesla testing the volume weighted average price. It's still trying to hold. And again, I'm not talking about all these, like, there's some good paid content out there. I'm not hating all paid content. But I think there's just a lot of predatory content. All right, Tesla's starting to really break and reverse down here, testing the lows of the market hour session. So the lows of that session here. FRC yearly low was 1150s. All right, so here's the yearly low. Getting ready to test it now. Yeah, we're gonna. All right, here goes the test. All right, it's down to 1155s for FRC. 1155s. 1152 is the yearly low. 1152. It's at 1160s right now for FRC. It's starting to look weak. 1160s. 1155 is the low now. All right, FRC testing yearly low at 1150s. 1152 is the low of the year here, guys. Again, we'll see if it breaks. Put this up a little bit larger so you can see it. It's this bottom right chart here. In 60s. Tesla just tapped lows again. Will we break the lows on FRC, guys? Let me know. All right, now we just broke at 1150s right now. 1150s just cracked under the low of the year for FRC. Just broke the yearly low here. Broke the yearly low for FRC. Broke yearly low down to 1140s now. Sorry, guys. Where did my mic? Sorry. There we go. All right. Sorry. I couldn't find the mouse here. Tesla actually bouncing back up. Just broke yearly low down to 1130s here. 1130s. Tesla testing the volume weighted average price. SPY's pretty flat despite all this stuff. All right, still breaking lows again down to 1130s here. 1130s. Yeah, FRC just dumped down here. 1129s are lows. Tesla rebounding all the way back up, though. Tesla actually kind of looks like a cup and handle almost. Question is if you think it will go bankrupt. If you don't think you could try to buy it and hold for a year or two, get a good return. Yeah, maybe. All right, market broke highs. Tesla up there. Up to 160.50s. Broke over the 200 EMA over the volume weighted average price. SPY is still pretty flat though, guys. Still in this trend range. You can see we tested the bottom of this trend range and still held it. Now we're just kind of sitting right here. But again, that trend we drew held again. Look at that. Let's see where the top of the trend would be if we stay in it. There we go. So there's the top of the trend here. Tesla's still pumping up. We are now green in our Tesla trade too. Still pumping up here. 161s for Tesla. Making moves here. It's going. Add a little bit more to it now. Finally getting a dip here on the SPY. I'm going to go ahead and buy one contract here, see if we get something. Slightly green on the day so far. See if we get a little pop back up to test the top of the range here, maybe. It is earnings day, so we could get some added volatility, but all right, we're flat. Last couple days have just been tough for trading all around. Just the volatility's been light. Sideways days mostly. Even so far since the opening bell, we've been pretty flat. Yesterday we moved a big range, but it still ended flat. Day before we moved almost completely flat all day. All right, yeah, we got one contract here. We got a little bit of a pop up. I'll go ahead and take that off and lock that profit in. So we made a little bit more now. We are up about 75 on the day. Here's our P&L and futures. Tesla's still banking up here. All right, starting to move up a little bit now. Again, Tesla dipping down, cup and handle like pattern. Yeah, the SPY is very neutral though. I don't know if there's much edge here. I hope we go up, but again, genuinely don't know. Still pushing up. I could have held a little bit longer too. Big pop up though. Tesla finally dipping down some too. Again, 15 minutes before we have the CB consumer confidence data. And again, we'll see how this impacts stuff. Such a big day with regards to like economic releases. Big pullback here. Look at that dip on the SPY. Wow. Big drop. We'll buy this. All right, so we bought the big pullback on the SPY here. We'll see if we get like a quick little rebound back up. Again, I don't want people to copy me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I might be wildly wrong about everything here. Big flush down. Could be from FRC testing lows. Just broke down to 1120s. Bad news for banks. Yeah, we're gonna cut it. Just a huge turnaround very, very quickly. So we're pretty flat on the day now. So we were already up about 75. We lost about 100. So we're down about we're actually down about $40 right now. But a huge turnaround. Wow, look at this. Let's see what's going on. What's turning the market though, guys? Wow. U.S. Trek. No, that's not it. Anybody know what's turning the market here? To make sure. So it's 9:45. Let me see what time the CB consumer confidence data came out. No, it's not that. Wow. Look at this drop. That's a huge drop. I'm trying to see what's going on. I don't know why the market's dropping like this. Could be something that was said during an earnings report. Let's look at the stocks. Individual impacts of stocks. Tesla's down, but it's not down as much as the market here. Apple's down, but not much. Microsoft pulled back, but not a huge amount. Google had one of the larger drops. But Google's not the most heavily weighted stock. Heavily weighted stocks, Apple, Microsoft. Google bouncing back some. So Google's actually pretty flat on the day here. I'm going to short this and see if we can catch the downward move. All right, so we are in one contract short. Flat right now. Tesla breaking down. Slightly green so far on the trade. I'm going to give it time, though. We got a big drop. Generally, we got a small pop back, and then sometimes we'll get a continuation down here. But again, I don't really know what we're going to get here. We do have the CB consumer confidence data dropping in about 11 minutes. That might influence things. Yeah, that put would have been sitting nice, pawn. Again, flat on the trade. I've been in this thing for like a minute or two now. Here's a little bit of a breakdown. There we go. Let's see if we get a little bit more from this. Short right now. Again, we're flat in this. We've been in this flat for the last like minute or two now. I'm trying to see if we get a larger breakdown, but very neutral, very hesitant in the trade so far. I don't want to give it too much time. Generally, I like these breakdowns, but you know, anything could essentially happen here. Again, flat again. There we go, breaking down again. There we go. So we got a little bit more of a follow through. Very neutral range, though. I'm trying to see why the movements happened. And first off, like I want to see why this drop happened. Yeah, I mean, I guess it looks correlated with FRC's low break. All right, so a little bit more of a drop. We're up some. Again, we're pretty flat here. I mean, we've been in this for a while now. There we go. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. So we are now basically flat on the day here. Home sales data comes out in about 8 minutes. CB consumer confidence data drops in about 8 minutes too. So it looks like it was the right move to take that trade. Or to cut that trade. Google is really what's breaking down here. Did anybody hear about this new All right, so the AMC ape deal hearing appears likely to be set for late June, according to Bloomberg. I guess it's just FRC sympathy here. Yeah, I'm not going to give out the sources that I use, Eddie, for the economic releases. But most of them you can get for free. All right, guys, we've mostly been sideways now for about 10 minutes. So we had this movement here, and we've mostly been sideways. We got the CB consumer confidence data dropping pretty soon here. I might buy up this dip. So I'm going to buy up a little bit here. Again, we're pretty flat on the day. And we just got a little pop back up on the SPY. We'll see if it follows through on the upside here. All right, so slightly green, starting to make moves back up. Again, I want to give it time. Again, I am going to cut this before the next 3 minutes for the CB consumer confidence data. I'm not going to get stuck in this for that. FRC started to look a little bit stronger here. We do have about a minute and a half. Yeah, you could use Market Watch. All right, guys, so we're up slightly on this last trade. Two minutes, guys, 2 minutes. Very choppy range leading into the CB consumer confidence data. A lot of people are waiting to see this, so choppy range. Again, I am going to cut this ahead of it if I can get any profit from it really quick. All right, so we just cut it. We just made a little bit more money. Green on the day now, although it's not much, but green nonetheless. About a minute left before the CB consumer confidence data, guys. About 1 minute. All right, so again, back down here. There goes the CB consumer confidence data release here. So the CB data is out. The data showed up as 101.3 versus 104 expected. 101.3 versus 104 expected. We also had new home sales data come out at 683,000 versus 630,000 expected. Again, 683,000 new home sales versus 630, lower than expected CB consumer confidence. So market's loving this data here. Look at the huge run up on the CB consumer confidence data. Again, market is loving this data. We will put this on screen. Again, CB consumer confidence came in lower than expected, which is what's causing the market to go up. Again, inflation fears mean that like there's a negative correlation here. So less is more. And again, look at that huge run up on this data here. We'll put the data up on screen. We'll also put the new home sales data up on screen. But yeah, the market so far is loving this move. Here's the new home sales data and the CB consumer confidence data live. Yeah, there it goes right there at the bottom of the screen. Check it out. Market's loving it, though. Pushing up nicely. Tesla back up to almost 161s now. Market's very back and forth today, guys, so y'all just be careful. It really is kind of a choppy sideways day, going up and down, up and down, up and down. So, again, just be careful today. Not a very easy range, so to speak. And again, hit that subscribe button. We cover all this data for free every day right here. All right, market's pulling back down a little bit. Such a choppy day so far. But again, today we have Google, Microsoft earnings going live today. Google and Microsoft earnings going live. Again, we'll see what we show up today. But all right, guys, just kind of sitting tight. Tesla testing the top of that range still here. So Tesla testing the top of that range. Yeah, I don't know. Bull trap. Oof, choppy is all I'll say. I don't know if it's a bull trap or bear trap. I know it's choppy, though. Market's starting to break down, look weak again. Again, I'm not super confident in any of this, and so y'all just be careful. Again, if you want to check out Top Step, it's a funded account program. You can see you can get 20% off through the link in the description. Again, they give you a demo, and they're really a challenge. Like, they test your skill. They test you to see if you're good enough. If you're good enough, then they potentially fund you as a proprietary trader with a 90% split in futures. And most pro traders trade futures, more liquidity in futures. You can essentially day trade the S&P 500 through the E-mini. You can also trade a ton of other, securities like, gold, silver, currencies, NASDAQ. If you want to trade the NASDAQ, you can. Again, very similar to day trading stocks, but there's no PDT restrictions, and Top Step is the most legit futures funded program in the world. They've been around for over 10 years. They pay out millions, fund thousands a year. Check them out. Great way to help support the channel. I'm pretty neutral on the day here. We're up a little bit, but it's not a huge amount. And again, the market's just kind of choppy today. And so I don't know if there's really much edge. We'll kind of accept a break-even day today and see what happens moving forward. Again, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We certainly appreciate it, guys. Also, another one of my sponsors is a company called Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service. You can use it in stocks, crypto, Forex, futures. I want to show you just like what alerts they gave you today. So this is just a little bit like this is kind of like added help for your trading. Very, very useful in my personal opinion. But again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money with them. They are a sponsor of mine, of course. And so I'm certainly biased in their favor. But again, just genuinely useful because if you look at this here, look at when multiple show up together at once, I think there's a high edge. So again, you can see two bullish engulfing candles here and a possible reversal up signal. And look at the huge follow through bounce you get. You get a reversal down signal here. It was a little bit late, but look at the big drop. Again, reversal up signal here, you get a bounce. Reversal up signal here, you get a bounce. And that's just a small piece. And that's on a day trading basis, right? So if you look at a longer term basis, which is really my favorite way to use them, here is a 1 hour chart. So these could be very useful. And even though we've been in this chop, they have some great signals here. So again, look at these. So again, these are even more accurate, I think. Look at this. Possible reversal down, drop over literally entire day. Possible reversal down, drops. Bearish engulfing candle here, literally called the very top. And again, very cheap. It's $35 a month. It's called Chart Prime. Check them out. Great way to help support the channel here. And again, I'll post this link if you haven't already. Check them out. Again, great way to help support the channel. We appreciate the support, guys. Good luck. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Again, market's very flat, very choppy. Break it up, break it down in a big range. Y'all just be careful. Market's flat, market's choppy. Again, you can find out the links to both of those in the description. Good luck. Y'all be safe. Of course, they are a sponsor, so I can't guarantee you're going to make money or anything like that. Nobody can. And I'm always trying to be transparent about it. I'm certainly biased in all their favor. But yeah, good luck. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. The link for Chart Prime is actually a 40% off link. Yeah, okay, good. That shows. But yeah, y'all be safe. I'll be back later on for Microsoft, Google earnings. We will be streaming live later on. So again, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will be back later for Microsoft earnings, which will be big, which will move markets. Y'all be safe. We'll see you guys then.